Hello? Can y'all see me and whatever? Yeah, you can. Okay. How is everyone on this sexy, sassy, saucy? Oh. Well, there ain't no fixing it, so why try? It's so weird. Like what I look on here to here, it's not different. All right, let's get something sexy on the TV. Hang on. Let me see. Let's see. Not that they matter. Well, I guess we can just leave it here, right? We'll get somebody decorating their house for Christmas for background. Here we go. Okay. How is everyone? Oh, let me turn this down because that's annoying. All right. Got the chat over here. I'm decorating. Just finished my tree. I just finished it, and my boyfriend is running out to the store. I'm like, why don't I do a live? No. So here I am. Let's see. I'm so happy to see you. All of you. These are dirty. Hold on. I'm so happy, inspired action to hop on YouTube. Look at that. Okay. Did y'all see the little piece of my tree in the thumbnail? Just saying. I miss you guys. I miss the live streams. Obviously, I got a thing for live streams. I love doing them. This is bugging me. Okay. Let's see. One moment. Oh, Limitless Queen Batch. Hey, Batch. What beliefs about SP or myself could it be if after we hang out, he goes silent until he wants to see me again? Love you. I love you too, girl. I love you too. All right. So, first and foremost, perhaps we'll say like the first time you experienced that happening or you noticing that was happening, that could have initially come, all right? So this could be like a two-parter. The first time that SP and you had your day or, hung out, and then the time in between the next time you guys saw each other, maybe you didn't notice the first time it happened, but whenever it is that you took notice of it, that, it seems like I don't hear from him until, we get together again. When you notice that, the question is how did it make you feel? Now, I'm going to go general and just guess here. Let's say it made you feel, like not a priority, right? Not a priority, or maybe other fears came up, like not chosen, whatever. And we know that both of them are connected to not good enough. So it originally probably came from not good enough, the belief of not good enough. However, once we've experienced it, right? Whenever it gets to the place where we're noticing, okay, and that we don't like it, all right? So you may not have noticed it the first time, but the second, third, whatever, when it finally came into your awareness, from there, it could now be, because if you've already worked on not good enough, it could now be the belief you have of him directly. This is why what we believe about specific person matters too. We got to change our limited beliefs about them, because if we are expecting him or bracing for impact, that's going to happen, right? When you guys see each other, it could be playing out just from that, but it originally spawned from not good enough. And that would be my guess, why that's happening. And, like I tell anybody who asks me questions related to bracing for impact, we are not wrong because we're bracing. It's just we want to work at not bracing anymore. And listen, we're human. Thoughts like that are going to come up. And, this is for anybody that's also experienced, SP canceling plans at the last minute, things like that. Once they have done something that is now in our awareness that doesn't make us feel good, we start bracing, or at least connect the story to specific person that we have an Can you guys hear me still? Someone? Anyone? Hold on. Can somebody answer me? You can hear me? Yes? Okay, thank you. Sorry, my SP was calling, and in the past, remember, it usually disconnects the volume or the microphone. Let me just really quick send him a text, because he doesn't know I'm going live. Let me just send him a text telling him I'm going. What in the Sam? Where are you? Why aren't you on my... Oh, for the love of... There he is. Hold on. Can't believe this is happening. Hold on. Oops, I didn't want to read. We don't want to send that. Send all of that. No. Oh my God, we're watching this. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm doing a live stream. Is everything okay? Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Oh, damn it. We were going to get dinner somewhere, and they're not having dinner. They're not doing takeout tonight. 1 minute, for the love of God. Come on. Okay, we will pick somewhere else. Oh, Siri, you're not going to say that now? We're not going to do that, Siri? Oh, for the love of God. I can't believe I'm doing this live. Oh, God. Seriously? Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. This is just, are you fucking kidding me? Only on my channel does this shit happen. Okay. There. I am so sorry. What the fuck, Siri? Any other time you just fucking start being annoying, and the one time I need you? Fuck! Okay. Well, there's your evidence that I respond to my 3D when I want to. Okay? There you go. There's the evidence. Just like I tell you. Okay? All right. Christ. What was I saying? Bracing for impact. For damn sake. All right. Yes, Brittany. Siri is farting sideways, for the love of God. All right. So. Bracing for impact. When we are expecting Siri to suck. No, when we're expecting our SPs to do a behavior that they've already done to us, they've hurt our feelings, it begins a story. we have to change that story, but we don't have to be perfect, meaning it's normal that fearful thoughts will come up while we're learning ourselves into no longer bracing. We're going to reassure ourselves in those moments. So from when we saw SP last, when the fearful thoughts come in that we're expecting him to not contact us, we need to remind ourselves of who we are, what decision we're making, meaning, I can't even talk now. I'm so flustered. Okay. Making our decision of who we want to be is what I was trying to say. We're going to do that. And then we're going to reassure ourselves that we're not attached to our 3D, right? We're not going to give it a meaning that it means something else. And that we know that if we, with repetition, keep choosing our new self, and we are the version of self that lets stories go, we know SP is going to show up the way we prefer. Good Lord. That was difficult for me to get through. Anyway. I don't even know where I was. Let me readjust here. Okay. All right. Summer, member for 10 months. Thank you very much. Had a download today that conflict does not exist because there is only one source and therefore only love. Yeah. Yeah, Summer. That's what I've been saying. Okay. I realize every filter we apply to SP is false and we can let them go. Yes. He is pure love, so am I. Uh-huh. There's no conflict between us, only love. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Summer. Yes. I'm glad you have received this download. I'm glad that you are now clicking with this knowledge. I am. But yeah, we are always interpreting our 3D with a filter. But it's just a filter. This is why we say we are in control of what meanings we give people. We are in control of what version of selves we are and what versions of self they are. Because it's all one consciousness, all one. And consciousness is your definition, it's your individual definition. Consciousness could be universe, God, or pure unadulterated consciousness. But it's all one. And every single one of us is it. So yes, even our SPs are the same unconditional love. Everyone is. Every single one of us, everyone on this live stream is all that. So I'm very happy for you, Summer. It clicked. Now decide to be the version of yourself that has what you want. Okay? Well done, Summer. Salty, member for 8 months. Thank you very much. Kim, 2 things. Could you hype your girl up? SP been good, but been getting old negative thoughts about things finally coming together. 2, I have a healthy beliefs around money, but not really getting cash directly. Any advice? Love you. Yeah. We are changing self. We are changing. So if we have healthy beliefs around money, but not about getting cash, hold on. For the love of all that's holy. Let me find out what he got. He ordered from somewhere else. What did you get me? He ordered from somewhere else. I hope it's something good, babe. We'll find out. He's probably watching this live stream too. I hope you got me something good, babe. Okay? Hope you got me something good. Ooh. But I didn't say love you too. I should fix this. There. Okay. So salty. We have healthy beliefs around money, but we have a belief that we don't get cash. So we've got to get rid of that belief. We have to decide that we are the version of self that money flows to us easily. So when you say, I have healthy beliefs, but not about cash, what do you specifically mean about that? See what I'm saying? If we think we don't have a good belief when it comes to cash, then what are our beliefs really around money? Right? This is why, instead of getting tangled in with all the belief, instead choose new self. New self doesn't have any, unhealthy beliefs around cash. Do you see what I'm saying? It's always just, who do I want to be? This is what I want now. So I'm going to decide to be that version of self. Very simplistic, because it really is. We complicate it with our overthinking, with our logical thinking. No, I haven't gotten like money, just get sales or deals. So are we looking at our 3D like I'm not getting money? See? So it's abundance, right? We're seeing things as I'm getting abundant. I'm getting things, but I'm not getting the cash flow. So there's still a belief that we're not getting. See what I'm saying? So make the decision that new self is the version of self that has, if you're going to use a word like abundance, that it implies cash flow, right? Be specific. Say what you want in your bank accounts. Say what dollar amount you want to be bringing in per month. You can be as specific as you want. See what I'm saying? There's no limit. There's no limit to this. Not a bad belief of getting cash. I just haven't gotten like money towards me, if that makes sense. Yeah. But if we're looking at it as I'm not getting cash, it's not working for cash. It's working for other like free shit, discounts. So there's a belief. See what I'm saying? There's still a belief. Choose different. Okay? As far as the money, choose different. Be specific. What do you want to see come in? Other than just cash, because cash can be a penny on the ground as you're going for a walk. What do you want to bring in? What's the expectation when you say cash is coming to me? What's the little picture that just flies up into your mind when you say that? Everybody gets a picture. Everybody gets an image. Even if it's something that we haven't been putting our focus on, there's something that you're thinking of when you say the money isn't coming to me. Cash really isn't coming in. See what I'm saying? I would, especially if, yes, I definitely would, Salty, because if your awareness is on, right, listen, and this is not like a bad thing that you're asking this question. Don't take it that way. If your awareness is on, I'm getting abundance, I'm getting things, but I'm not getting the cash itself, the money flow, right? Your awareness is on that. So if we know that we're not really even putting receiving cash, it just sounds funny, receiving cash, we want that in our awareness, that's what we're experiencing, money flowing to us, right? And like I said, if there's something specifically you would like to be experiencing, like, yeah, I'd like to make 10 grand a month. You know what I mean? Tell yourself that. That's who new self is. New self has so much cash flow, you don't know what to do with it all, right? You can buy whatever you want, pay all your bills. Life has never been so easy. But again, I don't want you to feel like this is, adding more to your manifestation game per se, right? We don't have to overwhelm ourselves. I'm just saying you can decide that, let's say you use the phrase new self like I do, that when you say it, that implies that's what you're receiving. See what I mean? More cash flow. That's who new self is. So anytime I tell myself that I am new self, I know that's what it means. That's what I would do. That is what I do, to be honest. I just put very general affirmations like I'm rich. Well, not to split hairs, but if you're getting free things, you're getting, what did you list? Like discounts and, free stuff. That could fall under the definition of rich. What does rich mean to you specifically? Right? Because it's your belief around it. Here's the thing. This is why I say make a decision. Make a decision that you are the new self that is, receiving large amounts of money on the regular. Instead of overanalyzing yourself. And don't get me wrong, there are moments where that overanalyzing could come in handy, but for this, I wouldn't. For this, I would decide, okay, I want this. This is what I want to experience. So this is who new self is. It's literally what I do. I have a new self list. And for my money department, I got specific. I say how much cash flow I want coming to me every month. I don't word it under the word cash flow, but I got specific. I want a certain dollar amount in my bank accounts, right? I want my money lifestyle to look a certain way. And so when I say new self, I know that implies all of that because that's what my new self lists. This is why I suggest doing it for people, especially if you're multi-manifesting, which you all should be personally, is what I think. But does that make sense? I hope it does. All right. And as far as SP has been good, been getting old negative thoughts about finally coming together. So when you get those negative thoughts about it finally coming together, what is it? Fear that it's never going to? And what are we doing when those thoughts come in? I personally would let that thought float right on by because that's not who you are. Right? You are new self. New self is the version of you that has the relationship. And just by who you are, you have that very comfortable knowing that it's going to unfold perfectly. Because manifestation is perfect. The unfolding is perfect. And thankfully, you and I don't necessarily have to figure out how it will unfold. We get to just know that if we make the same decision over and over and over, as in the deciding to be new self, that everything is unfolding perfectly. It's literally unfolding right now as you and I are talking. Everything you're experiencing is leading to that outcome. Everything is. So it's just a fearful thought, a thought to another reality. That's all it is. Nothing to overthink about, nothing to panic over, nothing to start fighting against. New self. And feeling like defeat because it's been so long to come. I feel bad about myself that it's taken so long or that it will take long. No! No to that. No. There is never any benefit to beating ourselves up, okay? Never a benefit to that. We should not judge ourselves. The only reason why we're judging ourselves is because we are comparing ourselves to someone else. And maybe there's not a specific someone else. Maybe it's in general. But everyone's journey is going to look different because we are consciousness having an individualized experience, individualized through me, individualized through you, individualized through the 256 people watching. Okay? No journeys are going to look exactly the same. So what would you be comparing it to? Do you see what I mean? I get the human moments of just wishing it was here already. I get that. Everyone has those thoughts at some point along the way. But no, we don't beat ourselves up. That is such a damn waste of time. Instead, return to your decision, to who you want to be. Okay? Return to your decision. Because I'm going to tell you what, when everything is fully materialized right in your face in that 3D, you are not going to give a shit about the time. You're not. You're going to be focused on living life as we should be doing right now. Right? Because we get to know that as soon as we make a decision that we want to desire, that's it. It's done. It's ours. And everything we're experiencing is leading us to it. So we should be fine, not beating ourselves up for when we finally woke up to who we really are. Fuck that. Okay? No beating selves up. Hi, Kim. Oh, wait. Might be nice if I said the name. Monica. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. If I want to manifest multiple things, can I just say I am living my dream life? Yes. And it will cover everything I want. Also, what do you mean by releasing a negative belief? Thank you. By releasing a negative belief. Why did I say releasing negative belief on here specifically like that? I don't remember saying that. It's releasing a negative belief. It's not, you're not necessarily, you're choosing a new self. You're hopping out of a version of yourself that has the belief. You're hopping out of it and hopping into a new self. So really, it's not that don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. I think what you're asking me is how do we stop having limiting beliefs? How do we stop believing anything that does not benefit us? Meaning anything that implies we can't have what we want. That's why we put our focus on being the version of ourselves that doesn't have those beliefs. There are infinite versions of us. All possible combinations of self exist. All possible. So you're not necessarily fixing a particular version of yourself. You're releasing that. You're saying goodbye to that and hopping into new self. That's what we're really doing. Hence why we don't really have to go on a healing journey, no matter what circumstances you've experienced in your life. You really can just decide to be new self. Literally. The thinking that we have to go through a journey of healing, while don't get me wrong, if that's something someone wants to do, go and do it and love it. But it's kind of skewed thinking, because it implies once you're in the awareness of knowing who you really are, which is pure unadulterated consciousness, aka universe, aka God, that would imply that universe, that God, is limited, is flawed based off experiences. And it's not possible. And we are that. God, I amness, universe, whatever words you want to use. We are that. And all we're doing is experiencing ourselves, right? And our awareness, our consciousness is whoever we're choosing to be, whatever state of conscious we're in is being projected, right, out on the screen of space, out here in your 3D reality. So it's choice. It's always choice. But 3D logical things, logical thinking implies differently. But that's really only from conditioning. So this is why I say, don't overthink it. What do you want? What do you want to experience? Who do you want to be? And choose to be that, identify as that now. You might immediately fall right back out of that. And this is why we say return. Return to it. So you don't have to put the focus on releasing or letting go of limiting beliefs, right? I think I'm just making this really, really plain because all sorts of people watch the videos and I want it explained perfectly, even though we don't got to be perfect. You're literally stepping into a whole new version of yourself, a whole new being per se. So ask yourself that question. Who do you want to be? What do you want your life to look like? If you're manifesting a person and many other things, like you said, multiple things, then you would be choosing the version of yourself that has all of those things. And yes, it absolutely can be as simple as that. Choosing new self. That's who I am. I am my new self. What that means, though, is no more allowing ourselves to sit in shitty old beliefs, shitty old thinking. Instead, when thoughts arrive that do not feel good, it's knowing that they are just little vehicles to other realities, nothing to panic over. I'm still standing in my decision to be new self. And when we have our human moments and we give in to shit thoughts, or we are giving in to our 3D by reacting, responding, getting upset, once we have our little human moment, we return to our decision. We return. Instead of thinking, oh, this isn't working. Nothing's changing. I'm never going to get what I want. Or if we're manifesting an SP, SP's not changing. They're not coming in any different. Or they're coming in great and then boom, something happens and they ghost you again. Nope. That's the unfolding. Still the unfolding. I am still choosing to be my new self. And with the repetition of doing that, you absolutely will experience your desires. Absolutely. So yes, it can be just as simple as saying, I am new self. It is when we allow the logic to steal that from us and bring us back into 3D and focusing on 3D circumstances and judging them, giving them the label of this isn't working. I don't like this. It's never going to change. And we get sucked right back in. And then we have to, wake ourselves up again and go back to our decision. That's the only thing that people get caught up with, really, truthfully. It's we get sucked into the 3D and we start believing in the 3D more. The one true reality is our imagination. But we've all been conditioned to think the complete opposite of that. It's not true. So hopefully that helped, Monica. Chippy 6261. Kim, have manifested exact scenarios with SP. So I know I can do it, but still wavering in the in-between lulls. Need to be yelled at. Love you. Love you too. You're on the wrong channel, this is where you get sass and sarcasm. Okay? But I'm not going to yell at you. All right? I'm not going to publicly berate you. I might tease you a little bit. I might tease you like an annoying older sister or older auntie. All right. So you've manifested exact scenarios with SP. All right. So then what are you labeling your 3D in the lulls, other than the fact you're calling them lulls? What meaning are we giving the lulls? Who are you being? Who do you believe you are? Do you have a fear that you're just really good at manifesting exact scenarios, but not anything else? Are you having the fear that all you're ever going to be able to do is get the scenarios? What if the full manifestation doesn't come in? Are we thinking that? Are we worrying about that? Is that who we are choosing to be? Instead of looking at it as you're manifesting exact scenarios, why not instead look at it as, no, this is just the unfolding to my manifestation. Because if I'm choosing to be the version of myself that has what I want, and I'm super amazing at manifesting exact scenarios. But those scenarios are just part of my unfolding. There are no lulls. There are no lulls. This is just the unfolding. Nothing to panic over. Nothing to think like, oh, I don't know, SP really doesn't want me. They're not coming in fully the way I want. No, we don't want to think that. We want to return to our decision to be new self. That's what we want to do, right? So I'm not going to yell at you. I'm going to tell you, go back to being new self. Return to your decision, my friend. Return. The lulls, for what it's worth, it sounds exactly like what other people would call hot and cold behavior. Hot and cold behavior. Hot and cold behavior. SPs coming in and then going back out again. That is nothing, honestly. When SPs are showing up in the way we don't want, and it makes us feel a certain type of way, that we're feeling like, what the fuck, this isn't working. Well, they were just coming in. What's going on? Why is this happening? I don't understand. I've been in the state, Kim. What is going on? Well, if we're already noticing and calling it that it's not working, or this makes no sense, they were coming in good, now they're acting like twats again. I'm in the state. Number one, if you were really in that state, you wouldn't be calling your 3D that. You would not be looking at your 3D that way. Okay. Number one. And number two, why would we say something's wrong? What is going on? I don't understand. This seems to go backwards. They were coming in gray. Now they're coming out, they're acting like twats. This makes no sense. No, it's the unfolding. It's nothing more than that. Seriously. Why would we decide that there's something wrong or this isn't working if we were never a part of the planning of how it's going to unfold party? But we're all guilty of doing it. Every single one of us is guilty of doing it. We get upset by the 3D. We give it a meaning that, there's lulls. They're coming in, then they leave. Or I'm getting exact scenarios, but I'm not getting the full juicy manifestation. Everything is the unfolding. Literally everything. Every moment is a part of your unfolding to whatever it is you're manifesting. But it's like eating someone's freshly baked chocolate chip cookies and arguing with them that they didn't put, I don't know, two sticks of butter in it. And you expect there to be 2 sticks of butter, as opposed to maybe like 1. And you're arguing, what the fuck? With these chocolate chip cookies, I wanted 2 sticks of butter. I'm positive you didn't put 2 sticks of butter in it. I didn't see you making them. I just saw the cooked cookie or the baked cookie. But I'm for sure you didn't put the 2 sticks in. They're supposed to have 2 sticks. They don't really have 2 sticks. I'm being sarcastic, but I'm saying or not enough chocolate chips. You didn't get Toll House chocolate chips. You got the Walmart brand. I didn't see the packaging. I didn't see you making it. But I'm for sure, this chocolate chip is not Toll House. It's absolutely Walmart. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I asked for. You're not listening to me. You're not doing what I want. I'm in the state of having only fucking Toll House. This is a Toll House, bitch. You're giving me Walmart chips. I didn't sign up for that. I'm new self. This makes no sense. Why would you use that? Right? It's the same fucking idea. I'm choosing to be new self. Why are they coming in like shit? This makes no sense. This isn't new self. I don't like this. This could not be my unfolding. This isn't my unfolding. I'm new self. I'm in the state. Okay? I'm in the state, Kim. Why haven't they texted me back? It's been 3 fucking days. This doesn't work. This isn't what I wanted. A 3D pause, right? 3 days of no text messages, Kim, could not mean that I'm getting what I want. There's no way. But did you see the list of bridge of incidents or something? Did you already see what's going to happen on your unfolding? Did you already see it? And that's how you know what's going to happen in the 3D? Is that how you're making that decision? No. No. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why we give everything the meaning. Unfolding, bridge of incidents, because I'm standing in my decision. I'm choosing to be the version of myself that's having what I want. So I don't have to worry about the stupid shit that's unfolding in the 3D. I'm still going to get what I want. I know I am. Period. I've made a decision. And that's all I have to do. I just have to be and identify as my new self, the self that has exactly what I want. And I have to be given it. My 3D has to validate that. That's how this works. See what I mean? This is always ever leading us to exactly what we want. Always. But our logical interpretations can sometimes yank us out of that state, and we start getting sucked in again. See what I mean? That's all it is. So instead, return to your decision to be new self. Don't worry about them lulls. Stop calling them lulls. Start seeing it as unfolding. Okay? Evelyn, member for 10 months. Thank you very much. Hey, Kim. I got my SP. Evelyn, congratulations. However, how can I feel more secure and have us see each other more often? Evelyn, who is new self? Who is new self? Who's new self? Is new self someone feeling insecure about the SP we just manifested? No. New self is in the very comfortable knowing that they are allowed to feel safe and secure, to trust that SP is here to stay and is head over heels in love with you. That's who you are now. Return to your decision. And as far as to see each other more often, who is new self? Is new self the version of self that wants to live with her SP or wants to see SP every single day? You have to decide, is that new self? Then you decide to be her. And don't judge the 3D as it is unfolding to that. See what I mean? It's really just that, Evelyn. Congratulations on you manifesting SPN. Listen, let me just say something. Let me take this gum out first. Okay. One moment as I toss that little tissue here. One more. Okay. All right. This is not me picking at you, Evelyn. This is me taking your question and turning it into some examples. That's all. Okay. But the question reminds me of who I used to be. And that's not saying you are. This is why I gave you that warning that I'm not really talking about you. It's going to be about me. I would script things. This is obviously before I understood states of consciousness. I would script for things, and when I would manifest them and I would get them, I then would start getting pissy, start getting real pissy. So I'm going to give you an example. So I would be scripting that SP and I would have more of a set schedule of when we would see each other. And I literally, this is telling you the truth here. So I would script that we had a really good schedule. We saw each other like almost every single day. And I did write almost like every single day. And when SP would start coming in and we would start spending more time together, I'd be living that experience, but at the same time, in my head, I'd be like, well, I don't want to get too excited about this because the old shit could probably start happening again. Like, because he hasn't asked me to do anything for tomorrow. So here we go again. Here we go again. I'm not getting what I want. I'm afraid to enjoy this because he's going to go right back to, working overtime all the time. Here we go. Or I would script that SP would contact me more often. And when SP would contact me, like out of the blue, more often, my mind would go right to, why you got time to text me all of a sudden? You never call and text me this much. Why are you doing that? What's going on? What do you feel guilty about that you're contacting me more? You never text me at this time. You never do that. So what are you trying to hide? See what I'm saying? I would get movement. I would get what I wanted. And I was still so consumed by my victim state that I didn't even enjoy what I was getting. And I was already bracing to lose it, to not get what I want, or to give it a meaning that he must be doing something shitty, that he's feeling guilty over it for him to start doing what I want. Just fuckery from the victim state. So again, Evelyn, this isn't me calling you that. But I think sometimes we are fooled by our victim state. Victim state is very deceiving. When we are getting manifestation in or movement, big movement to our manifestations, if we then start already worrying about the next thing, there's a difference between just moving on to a next manifestation versus worrying and stressing from the place of neediness from victim state, right? There's two different intentions there. See what I'm saying? So we want to be mindful of that. Again, Evelyn, I'm not talking specifically to you. I'm using this as a good example. So if anybody resonates with that, you know what I'm saying is true, okay? So show us proof of your manifestations, Kim. Well, do you mean proof? Show us proof? I think you mean proof. 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 And he's been on camera. What more do you want from me? What do you want to see? He exists. What specifically would you like to see? What manifestations outside of SP are you referring to? Could you be more specific, please? Okay. Kim said something in the Tuesday, like about how some of us have been victims so long we can't even tell we are in and out. That is, yes, something along those lines. Salty is exactly what I said. Yeah. Yeah. That homeschooler. Yeah. PR. Listen, I'll get snarky over poor spelling. All right. Especially when you're asking a question like that, you got to be specific, because I pretty much keep it real here. I'll show you anything with limits. Like, I'm not giving you access to my bank account. You know what I'm saying? We're not going, or my social security number. We ain't going there. But you can ask me other things. Of course you can. Okay? Yes, DK, we don't even enjoy it when the good stuff happens. Yes. Yes. Hi, Kim. Do you agree imagination is the only reality? Yes, I do. I do. I think as in the 3D that we're living in and maneuvering around, I mean, it feels pretty real to us, right? But it's an experience that is being manipulated or / manifested from the one true reality, imagination. Yes, I do believe that. Anyway, so when we want to see more of our specific person, just like any other manifestation, it's who are you being? Choose to be the version of yourself that is consistently seeing specific person, or whatever your end goal is. If it's like marriage or living together, well, then you're going to focus on being that version of yourself. Now, if it feels too restrictive, go to the state next door, right? Like as if manifesting in steps. I have a hard time wrapping my mind around that sometimes. Well, you know what, Claire? Let me just say it. We've been conditioned to almost make us feel silly for even being in our imagination, right? How many times have you heard, get out of your imagination? That's for kids. Come back to reality. Be an adult. Focus on things out here. We're not in la la land, wishful thinking, right? We've we've been conditioned to think we are bad or silly or cuckoo for utilizing our imagination. And then at the same time, we can be punished for not using it enough, for use your imagination. Yeah, we need a better idea here. Can't you think bigger? But yet at the same time doing it in a negative connotation. We've been given mixed messages about our imagination since we were children, unfortunately. So don't judge yourself. That's what I mean. Don't judge yourself. It was hard for me to believe and accept too when I first found manifestation. That was actually kind of, Malibu Milk, I love how you talk. That was actually kind of cheeky. Give us proof? Not even can you tell us some of the things you've manifested? I love you, Malibu Milk. Cheeky. That's how I know. Well, I mean, outside the fact that I've talked to you before, so I know you have a beautiful accent, a beautiful British accent. But I could hear you, the cheeky. I love that. I've been obsessed with the UK pretty much my whole life. I have to get there. I will get there. It was cheeky. I love that you're saying it too. Yes. It was cheeky. All right. Duke 35, member for 3 months. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Every time I watched videos, I tell myself I'm doing everything right reality, right version. But lately, seeing no movement, no changes, think 3P still there after months. Hard to stay focused. Okay. So I believe you. I believe you that you've been telling yourself that you are new self. You're doing everything right reality, right version. But, and that's kind of like what I often refer to as the yeah buts. The yeah buts. The yeah buts, if you're new, are when, Kim, I'm in the state. Kim, I've been in the state. I've been doing everything right. But the 3D's not changing. 3D's not changing, Kim. It's not happening. Nothing's changed. And I think the 3P is still there, and it's been months, Kim. So yeah, I've been doing what you've said, but it ain't here yet, okay? I think every person, this is opinion, I think every person on a manifestation journey experiences the yeah, but moment of their own, I'm saying. I've even had yeah, buts. Yeah, buts. And listen, and I say this, I do mean it empathetically. I mean it from love. You cannot be in a state of consciousness that is the wish fulfilled and at the same time interpret your 3D as no changing, no movement, nothing's working, and 3P is still there. All equates, it's not here yet. It's not here yet. Or it's not working. This isn't real. That is not anywhere near the wish fulfilled. And listen, from experience, I know how frustrating that is. I've lived this. I know. But there's no way around that. It is what it is. You're either in a state perceiving your 3D as not here yet, and therefore that's what you will experience, or you are choosing to be a new version of self and then detaching from the 3D, and you will experience something. You will. We are always being validated in our 3D. Always. Always, always, always. So this is my advice to you, okay? This helped me. It's helped other people that I've suggested to do it. Take a few days. At minimum, take 24 hours. And every time you catch yourself thinking from old version of self. So in other words, you're going to be really observant of your thoughts. Okay? It's going to be a task. You're going to be really observant. And you're going to pay attention to how often your mind goes to, this isn't working. What if 3P never leaves? You know, the typical fears that come up. What if 3P's never going to leave? What if this just isn't meant to be? What if SP is never going to come back? What if they're never going to choose me? What if this is just all bullshit and I've been a fool for believing that manifestation's real? Anything around that kind of thinking, anything that's opposing you being the you that has it, you're going to write it down. You don't got to write down all the thoughts. I'm saying put a tick mark down for every time you catch yourself doing it. And you are going to be surprised how often we allow ourselves, our inner talk, to go into less favorable options. You're going to be shocked. I shocked myself when I did it. We have to make the decision of who we want to be in our inner talk. Our inner talk. What we're doing with our imagination. Our inner talk is utilizing your imagination. That's what's happening. It's always talking. There's always something going on in our minds. Always. Right? Think about it. Think how much until you start getting into the practice of meditating. See how many tries it takes for you to quiet your mind without falling asleep, right? It's a practice. However, you're going to be shocked to see how many times your mind goes in the wrong direction. Because I'm telling you, you're not an anomaly. I bet you that you're a really sweet, wonderful person, but you're not so unique that manifesting isn't working for you. It's working flawlessly for every single one of us. And it works literally on command and demand from who we are choosing to be. No exceptions. So this is why we don't beat ourselves up for what we're experiencing or not experiencing. We instead make a decision of who we want to be, and we return to that decision when we fall out. If after doing that, we're still looking at our 3D as it's not working, other than that being an indicator we are not new self, then we observe. We observe really our thoughts. We observe them to see where our mind is going. Autopilot, right? How many times have you caught yourself in the midst of an inner argument with your specific person, or maybe a coworker you can't stand, maybe your parents, siblings, annoying people, traffic? How many times have you caught yourself doing that? You're gonna be shocked. So observe. But it's not because manifestation's failing you and not working. It's always working. If you were really in the state of having, you would not interpret your 3D that way. You can't. And listen, I cannot tell you how many times, number one, just to make you feel better, I get asked this all the time. Kim, I'm in the state. I'm doing everything right. It's not changing. I get asked all the time. But I cannot tell you how many people who asked me that question come back to me, whether it's a day, a week, a month, a few months, they come back and say, oh my God, you were right. I was never in that state. I never was. I am now. And now I'm experiencing things in my 3D. I'm getting movement. I really was never there. I hear it all the time, both sides. So go back to your decision. Go back to your decision of who you want to be. It's working. And, I really want to say, I know that message in itself can sometimes sound like, well, it's your fault that it's not here, right? Someone asks me a question and I push back, well, where's your mind? What's happening here? Blah, blah, blah. I know it sounds like it's your fault. Nothing's happening. It's not how I mean it. I don't. That used to frustrate the friggin' shit out of me because that's how I felt. But I was in a victim state. But when I heard things like that in videos, there were no law of assumption channels when I started all this. But when I would hear responses like that would like, oh, okay, so okay, now it's all my fault. It's still my fault. I'm still doing something wrong. That's how I would take that message. It was my victim state, but I didn't even know I was in a victim state. Most of us don't. Till we start resonating with some of the silly things that we share on this channel. We start resonating. Oh my God, that sounds like me. That sounds like me. Everyone, I think, starts this journey from some semblance of a victim state. So there's no shame here. We don't shame each other. Just observe. Observe where your mind is. It's not failing you. Okay? ECC5, thank you very much. Ooh, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Well, thank you so much. I have a new SP that I want to date, have fun, and flirt with before I marry and have babies with my forever SP. That, first of all, I need to read that again because I just love you. I have a new SP that I want to date and have fun and flirt with before I marry and have babies with my forever SP. I just have that desire, so I'm going with it. Fine, right? Where have you been all my life? You and I need to be friends. Your personality, I can tell just by that comment, me and you, we would click. Yes, it is, to be honest. Yes, it is fine. And yeah, go have fun. Enjoy yourself. That probably sounds confusing to anybody else out there, maybe manifesting an SP who couldn't even dream of going out with anybody else. But everything is wrapped around your own personal beliefs. So if you are in the decision of being the version of yourself that can absolutely go have fucking fun and date who you want, but have the knowing that this is fun and this one over here is the one I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, That's perfectly fine. It's all about what you believe. All about what you believe. So yeah, and it will work just fine. Honestly, you'll probably find yourself in the predicament of having to really actually choose, because they'll both show up coming for you, wanting to be with you. But yeah, I like you. It's your first super chat, so thank you so much. But I like your personality already. Ruby B, thank you very much. I decided to keep manifesting hubby, and it feels right. We have been spending time together, and it feels like old good times when we were together. But I keep noticing I still think of 3P. Okay, so instead of panicking over it though, Ruby, first of all, Ruby, I love that you're going back to your original SP. That's great. We would love you no matter who you choose, right? We don't judge over here. But I'm happy things are going well for you, Ruby. Now, when it comes to 3P and focusing on 3P, in those moments, if they're making your body feel a certain way, if those thoughts are making your body feel like anxious, just yucky, that's your indicator that thought doesn't line up with who you're choosing to be. So let's choose to remind ourselves of who we are. We're returning to our decision to be happily married to our husband. And if the thoughts are really bothering you, number one, remember what I said. If it makes you feel yucky, that's your body like alerting you. That doesn't belong to me. That doesn't line up with who I'm choosing to be. That is nothing but a thought that can take me to another reality, right? A thought vehicle. However, too, when the 3P's on your mind, you got to remember that 3P only exists because of old self, right? The old version of self, the you that you're not choosing to be anymore. So if you keep returning to your decision, 3P will disappear. 3P will leave. 3P is not a threat to your relationship, right? So don't give in to those shit thoughts. Just because thoughts come into our mind, that doesn't mean they're automatically fact or truth or who we really are. They're just thoughts, right? You're in charge of how powerful that thought is. So it's not the fact that a shit thought pops up. That's not the problem. It's, are we selecting it, bringing it in and marinating? We don't have to marinate. And if we find ourselves marinating, that's when we want to redirect, remind ourselves of who we are. I don't mean from the place of constantly thought flipping, right? Because that's only going to put us in a fear energy. But instead, remind. Fuck that. That's not my reality. She or whatever, 3P, is a manifestation of old self. That's not who I'm choosing to be anymore, right? I don't choose that. My SP and Poop are home, so. Poop, you can say hi without being so loud, don't you think? Maybe? She didn't care. She walked right away from me. So, just return to your decision, my friend. Return to your decision. Don't give it more meaning. Don't give it the meaning like, oh my God, 3P's coming into my mind. That thought's coming in my mind. Oh my God, they're never going to go away, or they're going to manifest in, or I'm stuck with a third party forever. No, it's just a thought, right? Anything in the 3D regarding 3P, I mean, manifestation of old self, nothing to worry about. Return to your decision and have fun. And remember, any stories that you may or may not have attached to SP as far as SP with 3P, you are new self. New self lets old stories go. Old self doesn't question whether she's enough for her person. New self knows she's more than enough, right? The best damn thing to happen to your hubby. That's who you are now. Okay? Remember that. Don't overthink the old 3P shit. That's manifestation of old self. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to go eat dinner. So thank you very much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. And you know, I'm working at getting to more of a regular going live schedule. I know that it's been a few weeks since I went live. I've just been trying to catch up on coaching calls as much as possible because I'm happily getting booked out, but then feeling bad for people waiting too. Anyway, I hope you all had a fabulous holiday week. Did all sorts of shopping yesterday, I hope, and enjoyed it. I did online, not going out, no. So, on that note, thank you all so much. You know the deal. If you bought me a super chat, I will make a video with responses. Okay? I'm going to go eat my riggies. Okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow.